I'm seeing this all the time on social media, Facebook, you name it, everywhere. People are praising this particular group. That's what I want to talk to you about in this video. End time war and Dajjal, his deception, guys. This is a big deception. And most of the Muslims, unfortunately today, subhanallah, they're sleeping. They do not see the reality for what it is. So what is it that I'm talking about? There was an article published back in the year 2019, and that article blasted this particular group, Houthis. And this particular article mentioned that the Yemeni government, the Sunni government at that time, they felt that they were deceived by these Houthi rebels, and that deception came in Hudaydah port, because according to this report, the Houthis were supposed to be pulling out of this port. Nonetheless, they were still there. In other words, they lied. They tried to deceive the Yemeni government. But today when I see at the social media feed, and all of the people are like, oh my God, this is insane. Oh, these people are standing up for truth. But in reality, that is not the case. The Houthis, why? They are at the Red Sea trying to stop or intercept all of these ships going to Israel. Now looks like any ship that will go through that passage, these Houthis, they are going to stop it, regardless from where this ship is coming, regardless where this ship is going. And guys, Houthis, in other words, they have their own agenda. They have their own reason to be involved in this war. As I said, a lot of people unfortunately believe that the Houthis are actually the victors in this situation. They are becoming the spokesperson, if you like, for the Sunni Muslim, for the Ummah of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But in reality, they are actually trying, all they're trying is to have a dominance, have an upper hand in that region, especially in Yemen. Remember what happened in Bahrain. They have a lot of Shia there, but who is ruling over Bahrain, the people of Bahrain? It is the Sunni. Iran knows it. And so they intentionally put Hezbollah, they intentionally put Houthis in this strategic location like Lebanon and Yemen in order to have upper hand, because unless they do it, they know they cannot have any say in any decision that is being made in this region, in the Middle East. The only reason today Saudi Arabia is not talking against Houthi, the only reason Saudi Arabia, Mahmud bin Salman, is not sending his troops to Yemen to fight the Houthis is because he made a treaty, he made a peace deal, if you remember, with Iran. And therefore he cannot outwardly go against Houthis. But trust me, Mohammed bin Salman, he wants to destroy Houthis today just as much as he wanted to destroy them in the past. So my message to all of the viewers, if you are following this news and you believe that Houthis are coming as the victor, then think again, because they are not coming as a victor. In fact, not a single member of the Houthi rebel, this militia group, went to fight in Gaza or around that city. They are not reaching that. That's not their goal. That's not their target. They do not care about Hamas. Whatever they're facing, let them face all by themselves. We will just keep it to ourselves within this region of Red Sea, and we're not gonna go anywhere else. Because if they were true friends of the Sunnis, if they were true friend of the Palestinian people, especially in Gaza, what is happening today, they would have gone there to fight alongside the group, what we call Hamas. Obviously, you can argue, oh brother, look, wait a second, they cannot go into Gaza because of all the security checkpoints and the Israeli military there. Well, you're right, but you are also wrong, because when you are at war, what you do, you try to infiltrate enemy territories. This is the law of war, that you do not fight a war sitting in just one place. You try to infiltrate. You at least try to send some of your army, some of the members from your military to go there to infiltrate and to weaken the enemy. But if you take a look at Iran, they are not doing it. If you take a look at Houthis, they are not doing it. They mind their own business. Now today, there is this new report. Don't go anywhere. When I say they mind their business, means they mind their own Shia business. There is a report. It said, now a lot of people, you guys are a big fan of a lot of shuyukh who support Iran, who said, oh, these are the best people. You look at Iran, they're doing the job for the other Muslim country. Yeah, you are right. I'm not saying that any Muslim country today they're doing the right thing, especially when it comes to the situation in Gaza. But what Iran is doing right now, you have to pay attention to this particular news. Believe it or not, Iran, they are now pulling away from Syria. And this report came only a few hours ago. Basically, it means, according to this report, no more Iranian military personnel from the high-ranking position of the Iran IRGC group will be seen in Syria. Why? Because they fear Israel. They fear Israelis, they're going to attack them. They fear the enemy. They fear Israel more than anybody else. Take a look at Hamas on the other hand. They're fighting with so much bravery and courage that nobody actually is helping them, but they're good they're fighting on their own. They're defending the land of Gaza on their own. Nobody's helping them, and yet they're able to defeat the enemy, the IDF soldiers. I mean, just a few days ago, 24 of them got killed. The point here is that Iran is never the enemy, the friend of the Sunni. They're never friend of Muslim. All they care is their dominance. If they need to dominate a certain part of the region, they will send their military, they will use these militias, they will pay them some money, and they will go and fight. Again, as I said in the beginning of this video, Houthis, they are very, very deceptive. They deceived Yemeni government. Today, there is no more Sunni dominance in Yemen. It is Shia. Subhanallah, this land, Yemen, that Rasulullah praised and he blessed, this land is turning right in front of our eyes a Shia land, and we are so proud about it. We talk about Houthis, the accomplishment and all that. Now, final point, there are some people who will always argue and say, oh, no, brother, at least they're doing something. I agree with you, they're at least doing something. But that's something, they are not doing it for the benefit of the Ummah. Rather, that's something, whatever they're doing, the Houthis attacking sheep and all that, they're doing it for their own agenda. They mind their own agenda. They don't care about what will happen to Gaza, because if they did care, today we would have seen Hezbollah, Houthis, Iran, all of these Shia entities would have been involved in Gaza directly. But there is another report that I want to share with you before I end here that said that Iran, they do not want a war with Israel. So why, when Khomeini comes on the news in the front page and he blames the Saudis and he blames the Arab nation and saying, oh, these people, they need to repent, they are committing sins. Where are you now? Khomeini, where are you now? You do not even want to fight Israel. We do not want a war head on with Israel, but where is your weapon? None of those are used against Israel. Wallahi, I can tell you, not a single Iranian military weapon was used directly to hit Israeli targets. That is something you cannot refute. Go and find and tell me one evidence. One evidence Iran hit Israeli interest in Syria or Lebanon directly. Not a single incident happened. And yet, Khomeini comes and tells the whole world, he gives a lecture to the Muslim world, to the Muslim leaders, that you guys need to repent, you're committing sin by not supporting this, Palestinian people, blah, blah, blah. All those big nonsense talk, the hyperboles that come from Iranian regime is absolutely, absolutely horrendous and very, very deceiving. Thank you guys for joining this session. New here, consider subscribing. See you in the next one. Have a wonderful day.